Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our very important HOONKO service for this year. Thank you for all being here and there to join us for this service. Of course, we have the HOONKO each year to acknowledge the passing of our founder, Shinran Shonin. And so this is why it becomes the most important service in our calendar of special services. So for today, we would like to have the reading of the Hyobyakumon and then the chanting of the Shoshinge, Nembutsu, and Wasan. The Shoshinge is a little bit long, but it's very appropriate as this is the service for Shinran Shonin, and this is the chant that he has written. Okay, so we're going to pick up the pace on that a little bit, so be ready for that. So please join me first for this Hyobyakumon. With a profound sense of gratitude, the members and friends of the Buddhist Temple of Alameda have gathered here this morning to observe the annual memorial service for our founder, Shinran Shonin. The Nembutsu teachings have been transmitted through the 7 spiritual masters. We gather to acknowledge our gratitude to Shinran Shonin for having clarified and transmitted the valuable Nembutsu Dharma. May we begin to hear the timeless call of reassurance that continues to come from the world of immeasurable and inconceivable light and life in the form of the name that calls. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Chanting of the Shoshinge with Nembutsu and Wasan. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Kimyo Muryo Junyorai Namo Fukashigiko Ozo Bosatsu Niji Saiseji Shinzo 仏本願念仏邪見教満なく修上信行十字人に難中心難昔インド祭典修論下中華自治域史構想現代諸公摂小位妙如来四世要記釈迦如来両河線一種五妙難天竺龍十大寺出頭世質の財派無無権先絶大乗無情報召喚義事小安楽賢治難行六六信行異行四六楽億年二打仏本願自年即自入筆上唯の上昇如来語法大非偶勢音天人妄雑上論説奇妙無下根如来結集ただ見真実光線の頂大誓願こういう本願利益法非道群上昇一心非入空独大崩壊筆逆流大越収集特使連芸造世界即小信用発祥人有本の輪現人図有生自四自用芸本師論難上天使上皇難消菩薩来三蔵流子十条教論上専業気楽法天神菩薩論中下法道因果天聖願法芸根高有たり少女死因類信心薬膳本部新人ポーツ承知承知宿涅槃一子無量光明道超修上回復系同社月賞道南賞類明浄土活入万全自力円言宗円満徳合感染症三不三神慶音音増末法滅道因一生増悪奇偶勢死安如外称名化先道独名仏性意公愛上三用逆悪公明明語見人年加入本願大智慧両者少女今後心狂気一年総合同意大と逆三人即小小子上ら天鎮公開時代教延期安養官日祭先祖終身南先人法華二道小弁流特十悪人唯小仏大薬剤摂取中煩悩証言水風見大無権上昇が本資源空明仏教連民全幕本部人珍宗 教書講演集戦弱本願空惑性現代生自輪伝下決知義上一生死即入弱上無意楽一致新人異能入愚教大自修士等上際無変極上悪同族自主愚道心有意化心死高層説
祭の上に触りなし光沢かむらぬものぞなき感じりよ奇妙せよナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナ少女光明並びなしぐしこのゆえなれば一切のごけものぞこりぬ異教へお奇妙せよナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナモアミダンブナウコセウエウ最大一公園の部と名付けたり三途の国安開くなり大用具を奇妙せよ観にしくどく平等せ一切同つぼ大心往生安楽ナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダ
Good morning again, everyone. Hope you were able to enjoy the Shoshinge. We picked up the pace and added the set taku and taiko drum to keep everyone awake here. As I said earlier, the Shoshinge was written by Shinran Shonin and it is part of his Kyo Gyo Shin Sho. So We thank Shinran Shonin for this. And in the Shoshinge, he goes through the 7 masters of our Jodo Shinshu tradition and what each one of them contributed to the teachings here. And so there are a couple portions, the 7th verse and the 30th verse, where he encourages, exhorts, and encourages all of us to continue on and to persevere on our path, on the Nembutsu path. The 7th verse that we chanted, No hotsu ichinen ki aishin fudan bon no tokune han bonjo gyakho sai e nyu no shushi nyu kai ichimi. So in the translation of that, it says, when one thought moment of joy arises, nirvana is attained without severing blind passions. When ignorant and wise, even grave offenders and slanderers of the Dharma, all alike turn and enter Shinjin. They are like waters that on entering the ocean become one in taste with it. And so to reinterpret this in my own words, when we identify with the infinite, we awaken without severing our attachments to this world. When all beings awaken, they become like water entering the ocean of one taste. So we all join into this singleness, that we join all other Nembutsu followers, and when we awaken to our Shinjin awareness, our connection to Amida, then we become all of one taste, joining the ocean of Nembutsu followers. Now in the 30th verse, Gukyo Daijishu Shito Josai Muhen Goku Joku Aku Dozoku Jishu Kudo Shin Yui Ka Shin Shi Ko So Setsu. And this is the final verse of the verses of the Shoshinge. And in our translation, the Mahasattvas and masters who spread the sutras save the countless beings of utter defilement and evil. With the same mind, all people of the present, whether monk or lay, should rely wholly on the teachings of these venerable masters. So now my translation of the English translation, the masters of the Dharma awaken all beings. Each of us should rely upon their teachings. So the final verse of the Shoshinge, reminding us of what each of the 7 masters contributed, reminding us of what each of our teachers have tried to teach us, and through these teachings that have been provided to us, we awaken. We join all other beings to awaken, and each of us should rely upon these teachings. And so Shinran Shonin is bringing these teachers from his teacher Honen, all the 7 masters, and bringing these teachers to us. And now that we join this Buddhist temple of Alameda, we come to follow these teachings, and it becomes our opportunity and our responsibility to learn these teachings and to pass them on to the next and the next. And so that the people who come to our temple, whether they are new to Jodo Shinshu or whether they are our children, grandchildren, they come to learn and to appreciate what these teachings are saying, not just to follow blindly, but to learn what is it that the Nembutsu is telling us. Why are we encouraged to recite the Nembutsu, to somehow connect with all of reality, to connect with reality, connect with Amida, and in this connection, there is a relationship that opens. So it's not just our own journey, but a journey that is shared with all beings, not just people sitting with us in the hondo or at home, but all beings from the infinite past, grandma, grandpa, all these people in Japan, the children of the masters, all these people, and going on into the future, people we don't even know yet, we won't even have opportunity to meet. So people who come here, the people who are young and running around today, they will have children and grandchildren, and we won't even know them, but they'll be connected to this temple because we take the responsibility to learn what these teachings are and to provide them continuously on and on. As we do these sutra chanting and come to hear the Dharma, we are participating in this continuation of all these connections, and we're all a part of all these connections. So I'd like to thank you for joining us for this whole HOONKO service. Please come up here and at your homes to Oshoko, however you have set up, and join me right now in hands together in gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you for being here.